And I know at least half the commentary team is certainly looking for a Scottish win out of this one. And that's not necessarily David Leslie either. David, it's a very, very important moment now for Ryan on the outside of the front row of the grid. If he can really hold his position here in an independence car, then that will give him so much more confidence for the remaining half of the season.
He's really got to make a very good start here. We're just waiting for the lights now. The green flag's been waved at the back. What happened?
Oh, we got a jump, and that was Augusto, wasn't that? Was Muller, Ivan Muller going very early. Away they go now. Well, we didn't see the lights in the inset box, but Ryan Sharp got away pretty quickly. Augusto Farfus going around the outside. This is Thompson looking at Coronel, and Sharp's into first corner in second position. Well, that was definitely a jump start for Ivan Muller. So the championship leader going into Brazil is in real trouble here, because there's no way he's not going to get a drive through, even though he stopped. And Hori Kene there in front of Tom Coronel. So Coronel's dropped down one, but Prio's gone up. So we've got our pole sitter Salvatore Tavano, then Ryan Sharp, then Augusto Farfus, then the first of the Seats has got to be Ivan Muller, then Tom Coronel, then Andy Prio in sixth, and then we are looking from Coronel's viewpoint in fifth position, Prio there in sixth, and then it's Identify a Seat time ahead of that's Rob Huff. Rob Huff at the back of the field, and is that Diego Romanini? I think it probably was. Might have been Heisman. Might have been Heisman. He was down there at the back in a BMW as well.
Or it could have been Heisman and Menu, we're not sure.
I'm pretty sure it said Huff on the car. So lap 1 of 16, yellow flags waving, and we may well see a red flag, or certainly a safety car. Safety car board being prepared there, perhaps. Yes, everybody is checking up there, obviously seeing it and being radioed through. That is not race speed, Augusto Farfus. It is Rob Huff.
Yep.
Now, who was the BMW? My money actually might be on Heisman. It was sort of yellow and red on board and across the top, and that might be Rob Huff's getting out of the safety car now, or the rescue car, and going back to his damaged vehicle. But Rob Huff, yet another unfortunate first lap tangle for him. He's not a man with a... up in the wall, and he was, I think, the innocent party there.
And he was well up, because he started in the back row of the grid, but he was like 5 cars up at that point when he had to come together with that BMW.
Well, he was pushed up into the wall, and he is definitely out of it. So Rob Huff's damaged car, safety car is out. Don't forget, up to 2 laps will be added onto the race distance from safety car periods, and I think we will have at least those 2 laps added on, so we should now see the race go up to a total of 18 laps. But it's Salvatore Tavano who leads them round. I'm sorry that we may be a little random with our lineups of who's who. And now going to go quiet while I write it all down, because we only have the on-screen timing at the moment, unfortunately. Now, how did Prio get pushed down to 9th place? It was Zanardi that was the lead BMW and not Prio. So Zanardi got away faster than Prio. There you can see the RML crew, the Chevy boys, very concerned as to, oh, look at that left rear wheel. That's the end of that weekend, I would think.
You'd be surprised if we can get that car back to the pits. The boys will have a go at trying to put it back together and get out for the second race. Because remember, they've come a long way now. Sitting in Mexico, you've only got one opportunity, and they need to get that car back to start work on it. Because once this race finishes, they will go into a park firming period where they can't actually work on the car at all. But while the race is on, if they can get hold of that car, then they can start and do something about it and try and get them back onto the grid for the second race, although it'll be at the very back again. But he obviously made an excellent start. He must have been at least 5 cars further up than where he started, because he started last on the grid due to the fact that he had an engine change and been pushed back 10 places, and that put him very much at the back of the grid altogether. But it looks very, very damaged indeed. And there's Mark Busfield, the team manager, who I spoke to earlier on today, and he was obviously very worried about the track conditions that they've been suffering from earlier on during the week.
Well, remember last year, Dirk Muller just washed wide out of the final corner. It's a 180-degree full bank speedway corner, about a 12-degree banking. Then they're trying to see what the damage is to see if there's any hope of resuscitating it. If they get it dragged in now, what's the chances of putting a left rear wishbone on it and changing the axle? I think there's a possibility.
He's still in that car.
Oh, no, well, is he though? Because
he is. They're trying to get the door open. It's race suspended because it's a left-hand drive car. They changed this year to a left-hand drive car. They've now put the red flag out because there's obviously a greater worry.
Now, I thought that Rob had got out of the car and we saw him heading back to it from that red Seat, but obviously Rob is in the car, and I'm assuming then he is concussed because he did get pushed up driver's side into the wall.
And someone's gone in through the passenger side, so there is a medic already inside the car with him, but they're trying to open the driver's door, and I think they've got into that door now, and the medics were already in the other side. The helmet's already off, and they're obviously talking to him.
Well, this is one of the problems of the flyaway races, that you don't necessarily have exactly the same level of medical gear as you do when you are racing in Europe. They've got the lifting collars there, the lifting frame that they were going to use to get him out, but there he is. Now, that is a very good thing indeed. It may just be that he wasn't actually concussed, but they'd just been completely winded by it and had the wind knocked out of him, and you have to say that's not a surprise. Concrete walls are very, very unforgiving, as anybody who's ever watched oval racing will know. And Rob Huff certainly looks as though he's been through the spin. Yes, that was a big impact there, and he was tagged up by the BMW there in front of the two Vickers sport cars. It wasn't them. Let's have a look. I wonder whether it was Duncan Heisman. Again, I'm afraid no on-screen